Hey guys, welcome to Safi Mixed. In this video, you will learn how to prepare a bib file for adding references in Latex manually. That is, we won't get data from Google Scholar or any other site, but would develop the file manually. So you see, I have already developed a rough document in BibTex 4.2. That is, the document class is BibTex 4.2. And I have added a little details like title, author, abstract, but we are not interested in those things and will focus on how to create a bib file for references manually. So for this paper, I first need to create a blank document with extension bib in the folder of the main file of LaTeX. In there, I come to the folder. It is the folder of the main document, and I right-click on my mouse and come to the new file, and then I create a text file from the text document. If I click on this, it creates a file, and I gave it a name. And you must note the spelling of the name, and I change the extension from text to bib, and then I click enter. This warning appears and I just click on yes button, so the bib file is generated. I open this file, and you see it is a blank file. And here I want to generate certain fields for referencing articles, and that begins from the 8 article, and then I start curly bracket. In here, and after adding curly bracket, you need to add the key of the article, and then add a comma. Then I add enter, then I press tab, and then add title followed by an equal sign and then by a curly bracket, and then close the curly bracket and add a comma. In this field we will add the title of the article. Again I enter, press tab, and here I add author followed by equal sign, curly bracket, close curly bracket, and a comma. So this is the field in which I'll add the names of the authors of the article. Then click enter followed by tab, and then I add the information of journals. So you journal followed by equal sign and curly bracket and curly bracket closed, and then comma, and I repeat the same for adding other information. The next is volume followed by equal sign, curly bracket, close and open and close, and followed by that then I add pages. So you must note that we are using lowercase alphabet, not the capital one. Then equal sign, and then curly bracket start, curly bracket closed, followed by comma, and then again enter, then tab, and I add year equals curly bracket, comma, and then enter. Now these fields are sufficient in general for adding reference information. However, if you need additional information, you may add ISN number of the journal, and it takes the same format like the other one. You can add DOI of the article by adding a field like DOI equals this, and you can add URL of the article. These are the additional fields that you may want to add. You can add additional information like keywords, and this is the field for keywords. Now if you have created all the fields, you can even add a field for abstract, but I'm not adding that, and then clicking enter, and at the end put a curly bracket, close a curly bracket. So that this completes the citation of one reference. If you want to add other references, just copy these fields for another reference, add some spaces and paste the fields for another reference. Now let's move to add a reference. For example, this is an article which is published in IUP Science Journal of Physics A Mathematical and Theoretical, and I want to add the information of this article. I can come here to get the information from BibTex, but if I click on the BibTex, it takes me to save the file and separate file. So I don't need to do that. I just want to add the information to the fields I have created in bib file through this page. Similarly, if I go to another journal which is published in Annals of Physics, I can get the data of citation from this link. If I click this, it gives different options in here. Export citation to BibTex. If I click on this, this also takes me to save the file separately, so I'm not interested in that way too. I cancel this option, and I want to add the data into the fields in the bib file I have just generated. So the first thing is to add the key to the article, and that key I usually use the last name of the first author and the year of the journal, and I can do that by coming to the file, BibTex file, remove the key and add the name of the first author with year 2024. So that's now the key of this article. Then I add the title, and for title I come to web and I just copy this title and go back to the file and click inside the curly brackets of the title field and press Ctrl V on my keyboard to paste the title. So the title is added. I can put this title into single line by adjusting it like this. So it is now added. Then I add the authors. Then I fill the author field, and that I can do by copying the authors from the page, and I press Ctrl C to copy them, go back to the bib file and add the authors. Here I want to make a little modification. The authors in bib file are separated by putting and, so I add an and between the two authors. Then I come to journal, and I know the name of the journal, so I just put that in the journal field, and that is Annals of Physics. And then I come to volume, and I can take the data of the volume from the website. I go there, and the volume is 461. So I also copy this identifier, which I'll put in the page number. So I go back to the file and add the volume number 461. Then in the pages field, I just paste the number I copied, and in the year field I add 2024. I can add the ISIN number, DOI, URL, keywords, etc. But I want to leave the ISIN blank and want to just put the DOI, and that I do by coming back to the site and I copy this link. So I right click on the link and I click on copy link address. I go back to the bib file, and in the field of DOI inside the curly brackets I paste the address I just copied. Similarly, I can add URL and keywords, but I leave those fields empty for the time being. You can put the corresponding information inside these fields if you are interested in. Now I go back to the main file of my document, and I add bibliography, clicking enter, and here inside the curly brackets or the argument of bibliography I add the name of the file. But keep in mind, this name must exactly be the same, like must be this name exactly. Okay, now I need to save the file, the bib file, and then I create PDF of the file. So you see the references are not added here uh, because I haven't cited any reference from the bib file. If I cite the reference in the text, like so, it gives me the option. I just double click on this and the references and the citation is added into the text. Now if build a PDF, you see the reference is added at the position where I cited it in the text and is also added to the reference list. I can repeat the same procedure in the BibTex in the bib file to add other references at this position. I just add an arbitrary key like Safi 2023 and then add a title like this is my article, and I add authors is X and Y and journal as entropy, and I add volume, arbitrary name of volume 25, pages like 56, and year I add 2023, and I leave all the rest blank, and I save the file. I come to the Latex main document, build a document. So again, the second reference is not present in the reference list. If I cite the reference at certain position like this one, I add cite. So you see that the corresponding reference at this position is not pegged by the bibliography and the reference list. So that is because there is a little problem, and that's because of the DOI field is blank. In order to let the program read this reference, I need to fill the DOI. So I copy the address from here and I just paste this address in the blank field of DOI at this position. If I click this and now I save the file, I go back to my main logic file and I run it for creating PDF, and now it has picked the second reference as well with author name X and Y, and this is the name of the article. I have given entropy and the rest information is set over here, and the reference has also been added at this position. So this way you can create your own bib file for references without referring to Google Scholars or any other web data. For changing the style of references in citation in your LaTeX file, I would refer you to my other video whose link I'll put in the description to this video. There are a lot of options you can use and you can modify the citation style, the reference styles by just adding additional information here to the optional argument of document class. Thanks for watching.